Humanities Art, Part 5. Carrie Fisher. Carrie Fisher is a real princess. Carrie Fisher was an American actress, writer, and comedian. Fisher is best known for playing Princess Leia in the Star Wars films, a role for which she was nominated for 4 Saturn Awards. Carrie Frances Fisher was born on October 21, 1956 in Burbank, California, to actress Debbie Reynolds and singer Eddie Fisher. Fisher's grandparents were Russian Jewish immigrants, while her mother was raised a Nazarene with Scots, Irish, and English descent. Fisher was 2 years old when their parents divorced in 1959. Her father's third marriage to actress Connie Stevens gave birth to Fisher's 2 half-sisters, Jolie Fisher and Tricia Leigh Fisher. In 1960, her mother married Harry Kell, owner of a chain of shoe stores. Reynolds and Carl divorced in 1973 when Fisher was 17 years old. This sort of exposure to many actors, actresses, and marketers helped her pursue her acting career. Fisher hid in books as a child, her family calling her the bookworm. She spent early years reading classic literature and writing poetry, oftentimes pretending to be part of the story. She attended Beverly Hills High School until age 16 when she appeared on the hit Broadway revival Irene as her official debut in 1973, which starred her mother. Although it did interfere with her education while on Broadway, Fisher dropped out of high school. In 1973, Fisher enrolled at London's Central School of Speech and Drama, which she attended for 18 months. In her time there, Fisher applied to and was accepted at Sarah Lawrence College, where she planned to study the arts. Fisher did not finish. She later left without graduating. She was extremely smart, a talented actress, writer, and comedian with a very colorful personality that everyone loved. In Star Wars, she was our great and powerful princess, feisty, wise, and full of hope in a role that was more difficult than most people might think. Director George Lucas. Fisher made her film debut at the age of 18 as a precociously seductive character, Lorna Karpf, in Columbia Pictures comedy Shampoo 1975. Lee Grant and Jack Warden play her parents. Warren Beatty, Julie Christie, and Goldie Hawn also star in the film. In 1977, Fisher starred as Princess Leia in George Lucas' science fiction film Star Wars, later titled Star Wars Episode 4: A New Hope. She starred alongside Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford. Interestingly, Fisher was very fascinated by the script, and though Star Wars was fantastic to her, even though she felt people would not agree with her. The film became a commercial success, and her fellow stars on the film bonded after the film, even though they were not close during filming at the time. In April 1978, Ringo Starr's 1978 TV special Ringo, Fisher appeared. Following months, she was in a film in the ABC TV called Leave Yesterday Behind. She appeared alongside John Ritter, who had also appeared in Ringo. During this time, Fisher appeared in Lawrence Oliver Presents' television version of William Ing play Come Back, Little Sheba, which also had appearances with Lawrence Oliver and Joanne Woodward. In 1978, she returned as Princess Leia in a TV production, Star Wars Holiday Special, and sang in the last scene. Fisher appeared in the film The Blues Brothers as Jake's vengeful ex-lover. Her credits name is known as Mystery Woman. While Fisher was in Chicago filming the movie, she choked on a Brussels sprout. Dan Aykroyd performed the Heimlich maneuver and, as she quotes, saved my life. In 1980, she appeared in King Kong's Broadway in censored scenes. Later that same year, she reprised her role in The Empire Strikes Back as Princess Leia in Star Wars Episode 5. She appeared on the cover of Rolling Stone along with Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford to promote the film. She also starred as Sister Agnes in the Broadway production of Agnes of God in 1983. That same year, Fisher returned to the role of Princess Leia in Return of the Jedi and posed in the character's metal bikini on the cover of the summer 1983 issue of Rolling Stone to promote the film. The costume would become a following trend till today. In 1986, she starred in the role in Woody Allen's Hannah and Her Sisters, in which she starred along Barbara Hershey and Mia Farrow. In 1987, Fisher published her first novel, Postcards from the Edge. The book was a semi-autobiographical in the sense that she fictionalized and satirized real events such as her drug addiction of the late 1970s and a relationship with her mother. It became a bestseller, and she received the Los Angeles Pen Award for Best First Novel. At the same time, in 1987, she appeared in the Australian film The Time Guardian. In 1989, Fisher played a major supporting role in the film When Harry Met Sally. That same year, she appeared as Tom Hanks' wife in the dark comedy The Burbs. In 1990, Columbia Pictures released a film version of her novel Postcards from the Edge, adapted from the screen by Fisher. The film starred Meryl Streep, Shirley MacLaine, and Dennis Quaid. She also appeared in the fantasy film comedy Drop Dead Fred in 1991. Played a therapist in Austin Powers' International Man of Mystery 1997, while also in the 1990s she published novels Surrender the Pink 1990 and Delusions of Grandma 1993. Fisher wrote an episode of the television sitcom Roseanne entitled Arsenic and Old Mom. Her mom, Debbie Reynolds, made a guest appearance. Fisher also had an uncredited script. Films Lethal Weapon 3, she wrote some of Rene Russo's dialogue, Outbreak, also starring Russo, The Wedding Singer, and Stop, or My Mom Will Shoot. In 2000, Fisher played a former actress in the slasher thriller Scream 3, played a nun in Kevin Smith's comedy Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, co-wrote the TV comedy film These Old Bronze, which she also was co-executive producer. The film starred her mother, Debbie Reynolds, Elizabeth Taylor, Joanne Collins, and Shirley MacLaine. Fisher became one of the top secret doctors in Hollywood, working with many screenplays of writers trying to make it in the business. She helped doing this in movies in a 15-year stretch from 1991 to 2005, helping over 280 screenplays. She polished the scripts for the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles and dialogue for the Star Wars prequel scripts of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Because of this, she was one of the interviewers for screenwriting documentary film Dreams on Spec in 2007. In 2004, Fisher said she no longer does script doctoring. In 2005, Women in Film and Video, DC recognized Fisher with the Women of Vision Award. Fisher also voiced Peter Griffin's boss, Angela, on the animated sitcom Family Guy. Fisher published a sequel to Postcards called The Best Awful There Is in 2004. In November 2006 to January 2007, Fisher performed her one-woman play Wishful Drinking, in which she also wrote. She performed at Berkeley Repertory Theater, San Jose, the Hartford Stage, the Arena Stage, and Boston. She then published her book, an autobiographical book titled Wishful Drinking, based on her play. She then went to Broadway in New York at Studio 54, playing an extended run from October 2009 to 2010. In December 2009, Fisher's audiobook recording of Wishful Drinking earned her a nomination for 2009 Grammy Award in the Best Spoken Word Album category. Fisher joined Turner Classic Movies host Robert Osborne on Saturday evenings in 2007 for the essentials on conversations and informative views on Hollywood's best films. She guest starred in Sex and the City in Season 3 of Sex and the City with Sarah Jessica Parker. October 25, 2007, Fisher guest starred as Rosemary Howard on the second episode of 30 Rock called Rosemary's Baby. She received an Emmy Award nomination for it. She appeared as a guest on the show Deal or No Deal, April 2008. She made a cameo as a doctor in the Star Wars-related comedy Fanboys. In 2010, Fisher aired a documentary on HBO based on a live performance of Wishful Drinking stage production. Fisher prepared to do a sequel to the one-woman play, but did not get to do it due to her untimely death. Fisher appeared on the 7th season of Entourage, Comedy Central Roast of Roseanne, a member of the jury of 2013 Venice Film Festival, appeared on UK comedy panel show QI, which broadcast on December 25, 2014. The British comedy Catastrophe with Sharon Hogan and comedian Bob Delaney. Her final appearance on Catastrophe in April 4, 2017 made many viewers in tears, earning her a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Guest Actress in a Comedy Series nomination. In 2013, she revealed she would be producing a new Star Wars trilogy, and she would return as Princess Leia. She appeared along with Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and new actors and actress Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver. She stated she would be an elderly but wise princess who is cautious about conflict and to find a better way to resolve it. She appeared in Star Wars The Force Awakens and Rogue One, as well as Star Wars The Last Jedi, although she was computer animated in Rogue One. She will appear in the final Star Wars saga that is known as the Skywalker Saga in Star Wars Episode 9 Rise of the Skywalker, which would end the Skywalker story. Although Carrie Fisher passed away, it is a mystery how she would be in the film due to her death before Episode 9 filmed. Some suggest using footage from cutscenes in The Force Awakens and Last Jedi and computer animation such as Paul Walker in the last Fast and the Furious film he was in. Fisher was on a commercial flight on December 23, 2016 on London from Los Angeles. Before the aircraft landed, a passenger sitting next to Fisher confirmed that Fisher stopped breathing. Another passenger did CPR on Fisher until the paramedics arrived. She was sent to Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center and was placed in a ventilator. On December 27, 2016, being taken care of extensively for 4 days, Fisher passed away at the age of 60. Many of her co-stars, family, and friends shared their thoughts on her death, especially her loving fans. On January 9, 2017, it was certified that Fisher's death was of cardiac arrest. That same day, her mother, Debbie Reynolds, suffered a stroke. In her final words to her son, she said, "I want to be with Carrie." On January 15, 2017, a joint private memorial was held. Carrie did not get a star on the Walk of Fame, even though her fans created their own memorial using a blank star. It reads, "Carrie Fisher, may the force be with you always. Hope." Carrie Fisher is an iconic woman. She is a writer, an actress, and a comedian. But in all through it all, she is something special. She is looked up by children, women, men, and all sorts of people in the world. She is really a real-life princess. And upon looking up to her, you can tell that a lot of actresses in the business stand up to this amazing woman. And that is why she is part of Humanities Art. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for Humanities Art Part 5, Carrie Fisher. And yes, she is a real-life princess because a lot of women, a lot of men, a lot of children look up to her. She is that voice of reason, that entertainment iconic woman in the industry that everyone looks up to and shares respect. That in film, in television, in music, in anything you do, respect one another. No matter who you are, what you are, whether you're a man, woman, child, it doesn't matter. She showed that you respect everyone and you love everyone for what they do. And so yeah, that's it for this one. That's why Carrie Fisher is part of Humanities Art. So yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode 6 of Humanities Art. And without further ado, thank you and goodbye.